Browns at Eagles Sunday, 1 o'clock, the last of 3 straight road games. Then they get to return home for 3 games. Mary Kay, what are you watching in this football game on Sunday?
Well, surprise, surprise, surprise. I'm watching the Browns' embattled quarterback, Deshaun Watson. We know what kind of week he had. We know the entire nation has called for his benching. So he's got to get out there, and he's got to come up off that mat. He's got to play some good, at least functional football like we've talked about all week. It should help him that David Njoku will be playing this game. I think that'll help him a lot. And then also, Jack Conklin might be playing at least part-time over there at right tackle. So some of these things should help, but Deshaun needs to play better.
Yeah, it's a big week for Deshaun and this offense. Ashley, what are you watching?
I'm watching how this Browns defense is going to try to stop or slow down Eagles star back Saquon Barkley. He is off to a great start. As Jim Schwartz said this week, it's all the more impressive because he's been a marked man for opposing teams, knowing that they've been out without A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith in a handful of games each so far. So he's number 2 in the league behind Derrick Henry, averaging 108.8 yards per carry. He's explosive. He can jump cut. He can do all these things, and this Browns defense has gotten gashed on the ground the last couple of weeks. They gave up a season high in rushing yards to the Raiders a few weeks ago, who were the worst rushing team in the league. Last week, 215 more yards on the ground, most of those to rookie quarterback Jaden Daniels. So a tough ask for them. They say they're up to the challenge, but we're going to see, because so far, not many teams have been up to the challenge against Saquon Barkley.
Okay, I'm just going to watch. I mean, I always love to do the vibes checks, but this is very much like a team with their backs to the wall. It feels like if they go out and it just looks the same as it has, especially if it looks like it did last week, they're going to have a lot of trouble, especially coming home and playing in front of this home crowd. They're going to have a lot of trouble keeping the status quo. That includes quarterback, that includes play caller. It just feels like this could be a breaking point if the game, maybe they can lose and still kind of keep things going, but if they look bad again, we might reach a breaking point with some of the tough decisions they have to make. So, that being said, I do think they're going to lose this game. Now, again, maybe they'll move the football a little better. Maybe Deshaun will look better. Maybe the play calling will go a little better, and it'll be okay. They can build on it. But I think the Browns are going to lose this game to the Eagles 22-15. I just don't see them rallying and beating a well-rested, healthy Eagles football team. Ashley, what about you?
You said it, Dan. The Eagles are well-rested coming off of their early bye week. They're getting a handful of these offensive players back at the right time, I think, but the wrong time for the Browns, unfortunately. I'm at the point that I want to see the Browns prove it before I'm going to pick them in a game like this one. I still think the Eagles have some formidable pieces. I think this Browns defense has looked like a sieve at times, especially on the ground, and I need to see Deshaun Watson do better, move the ball more down the field. So I'm going to go similar score, Eagles 22, Browns 16.
Mary Kay, what about you?
Well, the Eagles are now actually favored by 9.5 points. My goodness, how far the Browns have fallen week after week after week in this very, very disappointing season. And, of course, I think the Eagles are going to be really strong now with Brown and Smith back, Lane Johnson back at right tackle. They're very, very healthy. Their injury report came out today, and there's not one guy that's even questionable that missed practice time this week. So they're very healthy heading into this game, and they're coming off of their bye. They got pretty knocked around by the Bucs in their previous game, so it's a get-right game for them. I think they're going to take it to the Browns, and I think the score is going to be about 26-16.
Okay, there you have it, our things to watch and Browns picks for this week. Whatever happens, if it's good news, bad news, doesn't matter. We will all be there. We will cover it all at cleveland.com/Browns.